I guarantee that you're playing Lifeline wrong. If you finished this guide and you haven't learned one single thing, drop onto my stream and I will gift you a sub. Lifeline is one of the easiest legends to pick up and somehow the most annoying legend to fight in Apex Legends. A tiny twig-wide hitbox makes her hard to track and her abilities allow her to pick her teammates back up in a pinch. Stay tuned to learn how to play Lifeline in Apex Legends Season 12. By the time you finish this Lifeline guide, your enemies will hate you. When doing research for this guide, I actually realized that most sources and guides, and even the Apex Legends Wikipedia, has countless of facts wrong, so I made sure that every claim is tested and true in Season 12 for the sake of this Lifeline guide. As opposed to most legends that we've covered in this series so far, Lifeline actually sees decreasing amounts of play the higher you move up in the ladder. This is due to the fact that Lifeline is very noob friendly and very easy to pick up, which is further driven home by the fact that she's the first legend you learn to play in the tutorial. While there's a massive difference between a Lifeline noob and a Lifeline expert, the areas in which she shines diminish against proper Predator team play, where passive play is ran over by aggression. The stats further support this, as she's the third most picked legend among unranked players, but the 12th most picked legend by master players and above. This doesn't mean that she's completely useless though, and her playstyle has an incredible carry potential when playing from behind. Because of her passive skills and her hitbox, Lifeline is a great legend to pick if you want to take the backseat and get carried. But we're not here to get carried, so let's jump into how to actually play her the right way. Let's start off with her passive. Lifeline's Passive Combat Revive has seen many changes, and as of Season 12 it allows Lifeline to revive both of her teammates at once, without actually keeping her stuck in the revive animation and able to defend them from oncoming enemies. After deploying the D.O.C drone, Lifeline is free to completely walk away from the revive to cover her teammates. Lifeline can also cancel the revive early so her teammates can defend themselves with their knockdown shields, as this revives her teammates with half health and more likely to fend off incoming attackers. This can be combined with quickly placing your tactical near your teammates, allowing them to heal up their shields while the drone tops up their health pool. The revivability makes Lifeline incredibly powerful against most teams, as she can turn the disadvantage of being a man down into a choice. Normally in teamfights, if you get a knock you can take a second and heal up before rushing in and cleaning up. Lifeline's passive means that risk just isn't there. Instead, you are forcing the enemy team to take a huge risk. A knock doesn't mean the end of the fight, as Lifeline can start the revive of her teammate and now the clock starts for the enemy team to make a choice. They have to either rush in and close the fight now, or their pick was for nothing. Lifeline and her teammate can abuse this and simply wait behind cover to rain down on the enemy team as they expose themselves pushing, in turn completely flipping the fight on its head. If all your enemy does is continue to finish the knocks on your team, you can infinitely spam the revive drone on your teammate, drawing out the fight and possibly forcing the enemy team to slip up. Keep in mind that this amplifies the less time you waste to rest, but also make sure that your down teammate is fully behind cover before popping it, as they no longer have access to a knockdown shield and are very easy to take down. You also get slowed when starting the D.O.C animation, making the both of you very vulnerable when the revive starts. If you happen to have a Gibraltar on your team, try to combine your revive with the Dome of Protection, making your revives almost impossible to counter. In addition to the revive passive, Lifeline can also open a special compartment in the blue bins, revealing 2 more supplies. The bins contain higher quality weapon attachments, knockdown shields, and healing items, and spawn completely randomly. Her tactical Heal Drone is a great tool to reset the fight, but also for playing from behind without actually wasting resources. Activating your tactical ability places a heal drone on the ground, which automatically heals those near it over the course of 20 seconds. The drone cannot be moved and heals all players within 3 meters at a rate of 8 health per second, up to a maximum of 100 health across all players. Despite its long cooldown of 45 seconds, the drone should be used as often as possible to save up on your team's medical supplies, especially since its slow healing rate rarely is useful in a firefight. As with abilities such as the Gibraltar Dome, Caustic Trap, or Rampart Ultimate, the drone can actually be attached to tridents and it passively heals passengers as it drives around. If you use the drone in the ring, it will be destroyed after 2 damage takes or about 3 seconds. Likewise, it will not function within a Caustic's Nox gas. The healing drone cannot be destroyed and actually serves as a really good cover in a pinch. Since you don't need to interact with the drone to get healed, placing it and letting it actively heal while you multitask and do other things will save you a lot of time and resources, and it will also raise your efficiency and APM. Consider using the drone when fighting behind cover, when repairing your shields, near death boxes after finishing a fight so you can heal while looting, and near respawn beacons or downed allies. Actively using the drone in the background will save you a lot of time, and it really adds up the further the game continues. When getting healed by the drone, you can also use a syringe to speed up the healing process. There's not much of a point to use a syringe after the first one though, as this makes the drone useless. This is also something to keep in mind when a drone heals 3 players at once, since it only heals up to 150 health per drone. And freeload players might need up to 297 health to get to full capacity. However, if every player uses 1 syringe, this saves 75 health from the D.O.C health pool. And finally, her ultimate care package calls in a drop pod full of high quality gear. Unlike the supply drops that spawn in with the ring, the care package is blue and takes 15 seconds to deploy. They are also not visible on the map. It also does not drop supply drop weapons, but instead, the care package always comes with 3 item slots. In the first slot, which faces where the care package was called, you'll find an Evo shield. The body shield will always be an upgrade to you or to anyone on your team. If everyone on your team has a level 3 body shield or higher, this slot has a 100% chance of dropping a gold armor. If your team already has gold armor, it instead gives you a shield battery, med kit, phoenix kit, heat shield, or mobile respawn beacon. The second slot to the right will always drop a piece of gear, such as a helmet, backpack, or knockdown shield of a better rarity than you or your team has. If everyone on your team has all gold gear, the care package will give you the same item as you would get from the first slot. The third slot on the left will always give you a weapon attachment that's better than the attachment for a gun on you or someone on your team. In addition to this, you'll also receive 2 small heals, so either syringes or shield cells. If you or your team have all gold attachments, the care package will give you 3 small heals instead. Other than supplying your team with guaranteed upgrades to their loot, the care package serves many functions. It can be used as basic cover in a pinch. It can block some doors, sometimes completely. It can provide cover in the final ring, which is usually an open field. Dropping the care package is very visible, loud, and obvious to teams within a far distance. As such, it can be used as a means to lure teams to your location. And because of the guaranteed body shield, it can also be used as a means of setting up armor swaps if you have a good position. There's plenty more uses for a care package, and your imagination is gonna be the limit. Also, we're super far into the video, and I'd like to thank you personally for watching this far. Make sure that you left a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe so you don't miss more banger content. As a thank you for staying with me, I'll leave you with one quick tip out of the personal collection. Lifeline's skinny hitbox makes her super difficult to track horizontally. This means that the most ideal way to dodge as a lifeline is simply weaving left and right. No need to throw in fancy crouch spamming, since that actually makes her thicker. If you feel that the enemy starts to hit shots on you, just switch up the strafe rhythm. In team fights, Lifeline wants to play behind. Not only behind, but as an anchor. She holds down a position and provides cover, giving her teammates a chance to fall back and reset on her, either with a heal drone or simply by her providing cover. Her small hitbox allows her to dart forward if needed, but you always want to play defensively and lean backwards. Lifeline should always be the last person on the team to die. Her small hitbox actually makes her ideal for shotgun fights, since mastiffs are so commonly used. Lifeline benefits from her skinny stature. The horizontal spread means that the enemy will miss most of their pellets. Use this to your advantage when necessary, but make sure to stay alive. With that in mind, Lifeline can really play whatever loadout she feels like, but will find most of her power wielding close to mid-range guns coupled with a shotgun, which allows her to abuse cover and shotgun fights. In individual play, Lifeline is all about staying alive, being annoying, dishing out damage, and providing pressure, so you want to pick guns such as the R99, Car SMG, Wingmans, or shotguns. These guns provide quick damage and allows you to dart in and out of cover. If you want to see me use all of these tips and more to drop a 20 bomb on Lifeline, I posted a video on this, which is available on the screen right now. Remember to drop by the stream even if you learned something, and I'll see you all tomorrow.